The Compton Crips are a large umbrella made up of several sub-gangs located throughout the city of Compton, California. The Compton Crips were founded by Mac Thomas in 1960s. Mac Thomas Compton Crips were allies of the West Side Crips led by Stanley Tookie Williams, who is also the co-founder of the Crips. Mac Thomas and Tookie Williams were introduced by a mutual friend, Raymond Washington, founder of the East Side Crips and co-founder of the Crips. However, in 1971, Mac Thomas had resentment towards Raymond Washington for forming an alliance with the Piru Street family Piru Crips, who were arch enemies of the Compton Crips. Nevertheless, by 1970, the Piru Crip alliance soon shattered after constant conflict. Mac Thomas and Raymond Washington were both arrested on separate occasions. Meanwhile, back on the streets, their gangs broke up into several smaller subsets. The original Swap Crips and the Grandee Compton Crips were the first subset of the Compton Crips to emerge. By the mid 1980s, there were over 20 active street gangs under the Compton Crips umbrella. Mac Thomas and Raymond Washington shared a similar fate. Both were murdered after being released from prison. Mac Thomas, who was undisputed leader of the Compton Crips, turned into a full-time hustler. He was allegedly murdered by his crime partners for his stake in robbery heist, according to Blue Rag, Black Redemption, a memoir by Stanley Tookie Williams. CC Riders. Compton Crip Riders pronounced CC Riders and often spelled with a Z, CC Riders. The term CC Riders was discovered by Frederick Baby Gangster Staves, who is affiliated with the Santana Block Compton Crips, along with fellow comrade Big Marcellus. Together they formed CC Riders in the Los Angeles County Jail in 1986, which consisted of an alliance between all Crip gangs who falls under the Compton Crips brand. In entertainment, the Compton Crips became nationally known during the 1980s and early 1990s after being linked to the late Eazy-E of NWA and MC Rain of MWA, who grew up in the areas claimed by the neighborhood Compton Crips and the Kelly Park Compton Crips. In 1990, the track New Park Compton Crips received media attention outside of Compton after being connected to MC It of CMW and The Will of CMW. In 1993, Bloods and Crips, a rap group consisting of members from rival gangs such as AWOL of Kelly Park, Gangator Bone, and Busy Scarface of Atlantic Compton Crips, and Red Drum 781 of Avenue Piru Gang. In 1993, Busy Knockout and Dresta Brothers, affiliated with the Nutty Block Compton Crips, signed to Ruthless Records, a music label founded by Eazy-E. The Compton Crips shared a close alliance with Crip sets in Watts area of South Los Angeles. The alliance is known as the Hub and Dub and dates back to the 1980s. According to the Compton Police Department, Hub is another name for Compton, Hub City, and the Dub is a reference to the W in Watts. Gangs under the Hub and Dub alliance fought side by side against larger rival gangs in the Los Angeles County Jail. Compton rappers Busy Knockout and Gangsta Dresta dedicated a song to this alliance on their debut album Real Brothers called Compton and Watts in 1995. The Compton Crips traditional and oldest rivals are the Compton Pirates, which expanding to neighboring cities such as Carson and Inglewood, California. Other early rivals of the Compton Crips were gangs located in the city of Long Beach, which is dominated by Crips. For instance, the South Side Crips, located in Compton, and the Mac Mafia Crips, located in Long Beach, were involved in a feud that resulted in the shooting death of Yutinde Price, the half-sister of Venus and Serena Williams, on September 14, 2003. Nevertheless, these feuds between Compton Crips and Long Beach Crips has dissolved over time with the newer generation, with the exception of the South Side Crips, who remain enemies of all gangs in Long Beach. Most Compton Crips tend to share their neighborhoods with Latino street gangs due to Compton being one of the smallest cities in the Los Angeles County. However, Racial tension escalated during the early 1990s after most Latino street gangs started paying taxes to the Mexican Mafia, one of the most violent prison gang in Southern California. The Compton Vario 155 are perhaps one of the most racial Latino street gangs in Compton, mainly known for their hate crimes against African Americans with or without gang ties. The original SWAP, Compton Crips and the Compton Vario 155 have been bitter rivals since the 1970s. On the east side of town, the Mona Park Crips, Pocket Hood Crips and the Anzac Grape Crips all feud with the Compton Vario Largos 36. However, the majority of racial motivated feuds between Compton Crips and Compton Vario gangs has calmed down.
If you like this video, please like, comment about your thoughts on this, subscribe and click the bell icon for further notifications.